We're mostly through it already, so I'm just going to try and muscle through the rest of it. So I figured I'd let you join me for some Monday work. Now, normally I do like a very entertainment focused stream. And I'm born to entertain. But today I am doing some now we're going to see some of my personal work for myself. You know, I talk a lot about what other people should do, but I'm going to show you a little bit more of the style of my training at my age, both training-wise and in terms of the calendar. I also have this new gi. It is the softest gi I've ever had. It reminds me of like a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gi, but super comfortable. So today's also the test run of the new duds. Okay. Oh, gonna get warm. And you can see there's a little bit of flop at the end. I'm very good at tension. I don't need to practice it. Today, I'm focusing on body mechanics, right? Like here, I'm not even thinking about 1, 2, here. I'm thinking about this glute is engaged, this hip is folded into here. And then to throw the punch, I'm going to release the brace I have in this direction, which is going to naturally, even without any kind of tension, roll this hip forward, right? So I'm just tense here. I let go, roll it forward, and let that fire here. And as I finish here, I tighten at the hand, I tighten at this glute, through the core this side. So I'm really I'm like falling into it. So it's like I let this hip go and I fall into it. In the ass muscles. Isaac, Os, welcome to stream. I was just talking about my hips and how I engage them. So this is more like I said, I'm kind of falling into this, not like I'm sitting in the hip, right? But I'm sort of shifting over to that side. So it feels like I'm doing this, because I am, but I'm just attaching punches at the very end. This lets me use gravity to fall into it. Hello, Isaac. How has your Monday been? Or is it Tuesday where you're at? It's late enough. Could be Tuesday somewhere. I'm letting go. See, that's the thing. It's like I have a tiny bit of tension here, maybe like 15% just to turn the muscles on. And then I'm like releasing this like I'm releasing a cable and whoop, falling over to that side. Handsome. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're getting the beard fuller. But the chest stays at full strength at all times. Okay? This hip thing is how if anyone cares, I mean, if you're here just to look, please, look. But a lot of my martial arts happens right here. So like this is just me squeezing the glute like this way, out. and then falling into a crease I kind of make here, where I just let the hip kind of stretch on the back end. So it's like stretched, engaged, stretched, engaged. And that's it here. Right? This is how I open up into my horse stance. Now both sides are out and engaged. And then to move to this side, I'm going to have my weight on the good side, release this one so that it falls forward, and I get sent forward. It's like a wave. You see? This happens, then this happens, then this happens, then this happens. Okay? So, like that. Do you understand? Brianna Bishop, do you want to earn $100 right now? I mean, I unfortunately don't have super chats enabled yet, but I am very much looking to earn money. Do you want to do a frog sit with no feet touching the ground? I mean, Brianna, you're lucky in that I'm going to attempt what you're talking about for free, which is not normal, okay? But since you're so nice about it, let's see. I feel like you're going to get me. Okay, you'll sub. Okay, that is an acceptable. Okay, frog sit. What do you mean by frog sit? What I think you mean by frog sit is hip stretch without feet touching the ground, which would sort of be like a crow. Can you see? Can you see? You want ass first, don't you? Don't you, Brianna? This isn't my first stream, okay? Is that right? How are you, Bruce Lee? Yes. Oh, well, Brianna, I do take requests. So remember that. Blade Ferrari. I'm good. I'm not Bruce Lee, but I like to pretend I am sometimes. All right? Let's see. He did a lot of like, what, under the arm, the shoot straight out, which is really nice. It's super powerful. You can generate some tension when you pinch it here. Boom. I'm still only now recovering from when last stream, when I showed you how to use it for real, blasted myself in the kneecap for the first time in years. Karate Kid. Yeah, I don't think anyone confuses me for a child anymore. Oh, Mr. Rich. I love the spirit of what you're saying. I can't show that. I'm sorry. Sorry, buddy. You know I like the crass ones, though. All right, here we go. Behind the back. What? Well, Mr. Rich, because I'm actually pretty inclusive, all right? I allow a lot of the sort of comments, you know. It's not that I have a problem with being politically incorrect necessarily. It's that we can't say certain things on YouTube. Nunchaku, Blade Ferrari. Yes. I learned these from the Green Power Ranger. Everyone that's been in my streams before knows already, so I'm sorry. 1, 2. Do the Anakin spin here. Roll over that way. And yeah, you do hit yourself in the nuts for a while. I ran. Wow. Only 9 minutes in. Hello, adventures. Something. Os, welcome to stream. How are you? How's your day been? Tell me what ails you. Okay? All right. See, that's where I get a lot of my speed. A lot of the block is just happening here, and then I'm super loose with the arms until the last second where you flex everything, right? And you can tell the legit ones because see the core activate. Add a Q&A sticker. I already know, so I'll just prep this now. Okay. I already know. Actually, let's do this side. Yeah. It's gonna be a thing. So are we gonna I don't know if we can. Bob can hold it. That's what he can do. Bob, you will be of use today. Aren't you excited? Bob, say yes. I commend you. All right, Bob's going to join us for class today. I think I know what you're asking, but I'm not 100%. Is this going to work? Okay. All right, well, no one's said I look like anything, so we don't put anything on the board yet. All right, we'll get on the board soon, I'm sure. I'm confident. It doesn't take long. Okay. Bob gonna get it. Yeah, well, we're gonna have to make some upgrades to Bob if we're gonna stream that kind of content, you know. Happy Monday. Oh, see, I need to stay a little bit more underneath myself so I can fire off. When you're too long, wink, you can't twist as well. That's why I like to kind of, this is technically called like a fudodachi, which is like, instead of a forward stance, you're kind of back here a little bit. Semi-bladed, semi-forward, you're kind of in between everything. 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1. 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1. 3 for me is, I guess, okay, so 1, 3, 2, 2, 3. Nah, the doubling up makes more sense. Is that what you meant? 1, 3, 2, 3, 1. Bam, bam. The hook jab is interesting. I feel like I prefer to go the opposite way. Oh, thank you, Mr. Rich. Yeah, if you want to see some combos, I want to try them. You know? You know what I mean? Okay. Okay, fudodachi. Here, I've got some play in the knees. There it is. It's in that coiling, you see? Oops, getting a little ahead of myself. Oops, damn it. That's what we're doing. 1, 2. One, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. Oops. I want to throw the hook so bad. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Oops, I want to do the hook. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. You remind me of Brock Lesnar? That is a new one. Okay, we've started it off. I don't know that I can agree with you. I look like. Okay, we'll get Brock Lesnar 1. The first and likely only. I'll give you a guess on what the normal one is. Jackie Chan. Okay, let's see. You didn't say I look like Jackie Chan. I remind you of Jackie Chan. I appreciate that. I don't think my back can take the parkour where he like feet first, you know, through the little hole at the top of the door. Yes, sir. Oh, Vin Diesel. Nicholas. Okay, here we go. Popped off real quick. Nick Cage we have gotten before. Nick Cage. Vin Diesel, I think, is also a new one for the stream. Vin Diesel. 1. Okay. High kick. All right. Not really warm, but doing it when I'm not warm is sort of my specialty. All right, you want to see a high kick. Double high? What? Double high? Okay. So, the vets here know that I prefer the lead leg personally. My left leg is my fancy leg, right? So if I wanted to kick you in the face, that's one thing. It's Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, I really get mistaken for the GOAT. Okay, so Bob here is my height. I'm 5'8" because it's gonna come up, okay? So I can easily kick Bob in the head, to the front, to the side, or that's a roundhouse, side kick, okay? So the camera's tilted a little bit this way, so it looks kind of like shortened. But I can kick over my own head. You know something, control? I'm not sure what that means. It's Mark Strong? I don't know who that is either. But front kick's my favorite. Straight up the pipe. Whoop! Whoop! Also requires the least leaning. Although, again, as vets already know, I don't throw roundhouses like super tilted unless I'm going like a flicky high kick, you know, up there. I kind of chop upwards here. Wham. So I can kick you in the temple from right within your frame here. I have a question. Okay, Miguel. Tell me the top 3 stretches of all time for you. Real bad, man. My answer to everything is it depends, right? So the big 3 that I think for just a random person, I don't know how flexible you are, I don't know what your goals are, right? The first one is the full ass to grass squat. So here, let's see, Bob's kind of here. My knees are a little bit beyond my toes. My back is mostly straight, right? So I'm trying to put my hamstrings on top of my calves. That is number 1. If you can't do that one, that's where I would start. If it doesn't feel like a stretch, good. Maybe you come from a place that's not the US where we're all tight and our hips are all bound up because of all the shit we repress, right? So, sitting, right? Huge. The other one the number 2 would be a lunge. And now I can do a super low lunge, right? This is the floor, this is me. I can do that, right? But what I find is a little bit better is bringing that, using the glute to drive the hip forward. You really get deep into this hip flexor, right? Super huge, especially if you spend all day sitting down in a shortened position. Even if you're not squeezing the muscles this way, they will get tight, as you probably know. The thing is, nobody feels their hip flexors. They feel their low back. But your hip flexors are attached to your low back. Okay, so you tighten this up, it pulls on your back. Your back is like, oh, I'm getting stretched, I gotta come back to normal, right? So your back is always contracting against the stretch. Even it out, right? So for as much time as you spend going forward, get the hips forward. He's a black belt in 4 styles. Oh, thank you. Wow, they're already beating me to the punch. Gotta make some of you mods. I found the charismatic charm of this guy again. Mr. Okote. Yes, as Mr. Okote said, Goju-ryu, Ishin-ryu, Shito-ryu, and Shotokan. I've practiced Rue-ryu. Rue-ryu, it's very difficult to say. It's like the water style, right? If Goju-ryu is like earth, Shotokan's like fire. This is water, right? So like the kata's open. Usually we do something like this, or like for Goju-ryu, it's like that. Ryu is everything's open hand. Okay, so I've done some of that. I've trained with some Kyokushin guys. It's super fun, but the hard thing is you can't find dojos. There's like 2 in my area. It's Woody Harrelson. That's a good one. You've done a few though, so I'm gonna wait, Mr. Rich. I see you though, thank you. Shorin-ryu. Oh hell yeah! One of my senseis, my Shito-ryu sensei, started in Shorin-ryu. I would love to take a Shorin-ryu class. I mean, I don't know if you were here earlier, but it's sort of like the concepts I was talking about earlier of like using gravity and just the arrival of the bones, right, versus like tension. Tension has been the source of all of my injuries, so I'm trying to do things like as easy as possible. So, mad respect for the Shorin-ryu. That's old school. Do you practice MMA? Not really. I've practiced different martial arts at different points. I've done some kickboxing. I've done some BJJ. I'm a white belt. This is my white belt. Obviously, striking's my thing. But I've sparred with some very different rule sets. Open hand sucks. I would disagree. I mean, I would not put my fingers first at anybody, but I really like the ability to like hit someone and then grab, right? I'm very grabby, even in sparring. I don't, I'll put hands on and I'll grab and I'll pull and I'll like, I'm fucking obnoxious, but it works. It's LL Cool J. What's your favorite fighter? I'm a black belt in wrestling? Damn. I know their belt ceremonies are very involved, They teach you the black belt technique. You know the one I'm talking about if you're a wrestler. It's not really a black belt technique. They do it to you right away. Mr. Okote, in the Shorin schools that I visited, they were super into kote kitai and conditioning. I'm rusty on my Japanese. Zabit, Connor, and Andy Hoog. Andy Hoog, hell yeah, excellent reference. You get some brownie points, Miguel, for the Hoog reference. I wanted to make axe kicks work so bad. It's just, honestly, I can get the height, but bringing the leg down straight and then hitting something like hyperextends the knee joint, right? Because the heel goes up. And so it has always hurt like in the tendons when I've tried to like break boards with it. So I never really tried to make it a thing. Andy Hoog's a different animal though. I'm not Andy Hoog. Calluses. Yeah, I carve mine off. I don't think you can see them that well. But I have them all over my fingers here. I do mostly calisthenics type stuff. I do a little bit of lifting. But my fitness routine is very three-dimensional. A lot of mobility. Black belt in wrestling's hard to get. That's right. Calluses. I really enjoy, what I really miss is doing the body conditioning where it's like, you know what I mean? Palm, 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 palm. Oh man, I can't wait till anthropologists dig up my bones, right, in some quarry after the collapse of the world, you know, and they're gonna see all the divots in my like shins and forearms. I can't wait. I'll be dead, but I'm a black belt in mathematics. Hey, if you could do something about the space-time barrier, maybe reverse us, hop onto maybe a slightly different timeline. I don't know if you could look into that for me. That'd be really appreciated. The boom, boom, boom. That's where you are. I'm a black belt in touch myself. Well, we're all very proud of your accomplishment. We are. We are. I want to try and get these kicks. I mean, they're already pretty easy, but I can kick super high, but I can't like hold my leg out there, right? I can do it for 1 second, but the leverage just is like sheer force on my back, and I just have never even like, I can kick super high, but I can't hold a kick like, you know, but dynamic versus static flexibility. Oh, I didn't finish number 3, stretch. Probably shoulder opener. Again, for the same reasons as the hip flexors, right? We spend all our time on the phone, on a computer like this, and our back hurts and our shoulders pinch, and then sometimes like I used to get this when I was a bodybuilder. I was enormous. I was like 220, and the pinky and ring finger side of my arm on each side would go numb because I was so rolled forward that I was pinching that, I think it's the ulnar nerve. So if you open yourself up, you might be taller. You know what I mean? So if we're assuming just some random person, full squat, hip flexors, open shoulders. That's what I would. No, actually, I'm going to change my answer because I'm sensei. Dead hang for the shoulders and for the back. It's good for your grip. So, I mean, the grip strength I got just from dead hanging is crazy. I mean, I can squeeze my own body weight in each hand, which means that I can do a one-arm pull-up. So the entry point to that is dead hangs. Just like Iran. There's a few places that are going boom right now. Yeah. Mr. Rich is, I think, more of a shock factor kind of person. You look like Dana White. I feel like Dana couldn't do this. Dana couldn't do this. Dana can't do a lot, okay? And if I had Dana's resources, I'd do a lot more than him. Okay, the real kicker is like, kicker. The kicker is like, doing this pitching is really not good for me. If I could do a side kick, the problem is you can't do a side kick without tilting the hips. So if I can just get super strong and not have to pitch, you know. Oh, man. Bob helps me with balance sometimes, too. Dana can't look at his own Peter. Yeah, that's... I feel like that's a problem that a lot more people have than they'll admit. I haven't had that problem. Even at my heaviest, I was like, if anything, my chest stuck out over my abdomen. So, and my abs grew too. Shave the chest hair. Josh, you would be shocked at the number of people who disagree with you with a lot of passion. Gentlemen. All right, see, I don't know. Is it the black belt that makes people want to start fighting? Is that what it is? Is it my natural testosterone? Here we go. Josh. See, Josh? They all turn around, and yes, you can. Yeah, you can. You know what? Do a little shave and a haircut. 2 bits. I don't have the best lighting. If I shave the chest, I could show you the ripple. Josh is jealous. Josh is many things right now, and you know, if he's struggling with that, he's on his own journey. Okay? Put it in the pocket. I'm a really big fan of this. I'm really harping on the hips because that's, you know, it's my next master class. I kind of over rotate into here. Instead of pushing really hard, I'll kind of just fall more forward. Boom, there. I like the stomach, not the chest. Well, unfortunately, they're a package deal. He needs TRT. Really? Really? You think I need more testosterone? Okay. All right, Josh. Let's see. Let's see if we get a good. How's that? How's that, Joshua? Is this good? Josh needs. Donald Duck asking me if I'm bottom or top. Well, it's Monday, so if you're at the meetings, then you'll know. Josh, do you wear underwear under that robe? I do. A lot of people get upset that I don't wear a shirt under here, but in all of the definitely all the old school dojos I went to, this was the standard. I mean, there weren't a lot of women, and usually women wear the undershirt. Well, they always wear something, but I haven't seen many people wear the shirt underneath, but that's maybe a common thing. I do wear the underwear. I mean, it's white, you know? We want the stains to come from sweat. Mr. Rich, it's censored. He's in between 2 men. That's funny. Old school means probably gay. I don't know. I mean, the Greeks were, I mean, people have been gay since people have been around, but I don't know that the old school guys, if they were, a lot more of them were in the closet. You're only supposed to use a red tanga under the karate-gi, elite knowledge. I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming you mean a thong. Wrestling is better. In the dance world, we had to wear dance belts, which is like a jock strap so that it lifts everything in front of your legs, because when you're doing these, leg movements, you got to get everything out of the way, right? It also conveniently places everything front and center, right? And you're wearing tights. But the dance belt, you don't want to show the underwear lines, so it is a thong in the back. Guys should watch more ballet. My sensei is 7th Dan Shorin and black belt. I'm assuming you mean Goju-ryu. Shotokan and Shorin-ryu black belt in your dojo. That's awesome. Goju-ryu is my core style. It's my favorite. Suparinpei, Seisan is probably one of my favorite katas. I just love the style. I love the principle, right? The feeling of it. I fight with my elbows tucked in, resting on my ribs. So I'm very much like in this space. I mean, if you practice, you know. But that's dope. I'm gonna show this. I don't know why it censors kisses and just stop. Stop what? People are just hating. More people like it, I'm learning. Karate versus Taekwondo, which one is better? I mean, I'm biased. I think Karate has the qualities of Taekwondo kicks that make it special in terms of snappiness, control. We're not specialists though. Taekwondo will always, and one of my senseis was also a Taekwondo black belt. He would say, I'm gonna hit you with a spinning back kick. And no, hands down, you know, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. Okay. Offline, come in, and it's like frame 1, frame 2. And every time I would just, he'd laugh, just ha 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 ha. So if you can't get past the kicks, Taekwondo wins, right? But beyond that, maybe I'm wrong, Taekwondo does not really heavily do hands, blocking, grappling, right? So Karate is more of a complete art, even though it's definitely lacking. Can I spar you? Yeah, I would love that. American style. Donald Duck has a black belt in eating Pringles. Well, they warned you, right? Once you pop, you cannot stop. A street fighter would kick your ass in 2 seconds. Really? Why? Because I've never seen a wild haymaker or an overhand before? What, because they're super tough? Unless they have 10,000 plus hours of fighting in the street, which they don't, they're either in the hospital or in prison, I'm not really scared by a street fighter. In fact, I'm actually, if I heard my sparring partner or opponent was a street fighter, I'd be like, oh, thank God. He's gonna telegraph super big, I'm gonna see it coming from a mile away, foot sweep, head on the concrete, I walk away, he can't remember his name anymore. So I mean, street fighters get cred because that's all they really have, because they're fighting in the middle of the street. I'm smarter than a street fighter. Sambo mixes with Krav Maga. Sambo is super hardcore. It's not popular, right? So it's like super hard, like Sanda, Sambo, all of these like Asian, Eastern European, like all these other things. Good luck finding a place that teaches it, you know? So, but it's super cool. But the more realistic and the more hardcore you get, the smaller the audience size gets, because you got to make money, right? And the stuff that makes money is kids classes, safe classes, where you go, hiya, I feel good, right? But that, I would love to do some Sambo. Ghostin' with Goblins, welcome back. I love stopping by your live streams. You're awesome. Thank you. I can't remember if you're one of the more pervy ones, but you're an OG, so I feel like rewarding you. Is this a reward? Does this count? Are we... Does this ghost your goblin? Gotta get right under the lighting. Thank you, Ghosts and Goblins. You're awesome too. You know, I think about you guys. Hey, I remember you. You look like One Punch Man. Thank you. All right. What a compliment. I mean, One Punch Man has basically no chin. So, you know, makes sense. Okay, I see there's a visual that a lot of you are going to be interested in, okay? Okay, let's see. Martial arts is about discipline and strategy. That's true. Street fighters lack that. Some have some strategy, but you only get so much practice, right? You can only practice in like serious situations. One Punch Man throws money. Oh, shit. Shit. Speaking my language. One Punch Man. Damon Wayans. I'm seeing a pattern in the people you're saying I look like. A black belt shows his beer belly. Oh. Handstand on a mechanical bull doing that. You don't want me injured, because then I can't perform. If this is a beer belly, really, this is the beer belly. Interesting. Can you point to me where all the beer is? Can you show me where, in between my intercostal muscles, where the beer is? Because I don't remember drinking any beer. Also because I can't burp, so I don't drink beer. Okay? Shows how much you know. Okay? And like, I do all these streams and it's like, oh, your black belt's fake. Oh, a Street Fighter could kick you. Is that what we want? White. Myrrh from Impractical Jokers. That is another classic that I was waiting for. Where's the blue? Where's the blue? All right, I'll give you the visual again because I'm sick. All right? Okay. Myrrh. How's the back of my head look, everybody? Answer honestly. Never seen belly do that. White Andrew Tate. There it is. There it is. The big kahuna. Andrew Tate. We'll call him Andy because I do not respect him. Okay. All right, and Andrew Tate's on the board. Finally, 45 minutes in. You guys are really slacking. Paul Schaefer. The 60th karate instructor ever. I'm the most 60 of all the karate instructors. Thank you, Donald Duck. I don't know what that word is. I don't know if it's offensive. I gotta err on the side of caution, I'm sorry. But I think you're right. Street Fighter would be like, oh, you know, blah, 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 do some of this, right? Maybe they do some ollie horse shit, and then they, and then slip, throw them to the ground, right? And then you do the Kempo dance of death, which is like you stomp on the back, step over, kick to the ribs, shuto knife hand the back of the neck. And you do the same thing on the other side. So you stomp here, kick to the ribs, chop down back of the neck. It's called the dance of death because that dude was dead like 30% of the way into the movement. Andy Tate. Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse White Edition. Let, let's not make a great thing worse, okay? Zesty. Oh. Then boom, roundhouse kick. What does this mean? I'm always suspicious of things I don't know because trolls like to try and Bart Simpson me. I'll show it. Inspiration was Karate Kid. My inspiration was actually the Power Rangers. I took karate from the Green Power Ranger, Jason David Frank, rest in peace, rip, whatever. I'm not Catholic. If you're interested in that, I kind of talk about the curriculum we went over, the style. It was so dope because like once you got to a certain level and you joined like the weapons where you do the nunchucks, right? You're in the black belt club, which you're not a black belt, but they embroider your name in gold on the back of a black belt, and then they put it up on the wall so that you can look at it while you're training. It's super, master of marketing. You look like Mewtwo. Oh my god. Oh my god. I wish I was Mewtwo. And yeah, I would take control of all humanity and the Pokemon would reign supreme. That's how it would go. Okay, I would do Mewtwo right. Okay, we'll put him down here. Mewtwo. That's sick. I love that. I would love to look like a genetically engineered lab experiment. No mouth, although a lot of people in chat wouldn't like that. I'm not calling you Zesty, just giving you a heads up. There's still a chance. Look, Ghost, you know, I shoot straight. Well, I almost gave you too much information. We'll save that for the members only. You look like a Mew. Johnny Sins. That's another one that I've gotten a few times. Again, very flattered. Okay? I could not keep up with Johnny's hair care routine. You know what I mean? Okay. Jay Sins. And we'll give the S a little devil horns. Because we all know why. We all know why. Okay? Man, quite a spread. It's reversed because it's live, right? So this is all backwards for you, is that right? Do I have to write things backwards? Mr. Rich, you look like a hot version of my sister. Wow. Well, you know, if you want to, you come up with your own ideas of what you want to do, okay? I'm just saying I give you explicit permission to use these images, you know, for your personal use, you know what I mean? Commercial stuff, I'm going to have to come after you, but as long as it's for yourself and for free, that's how we like it. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty successfully recomping. So I've been leaning out a little bit, you know, just kind of getting like drier. I can't, the short interview, like I want to know like how much tension people are feeling at the point of impact. Like, is it truly relaxed where it's just your bones, or we talking like 30% like total body, you know, I don't know. You look like Mr. Clean. Gotten that before. I've gotten that before. Okay. All right. Let's do some easy So theoretically, that is my maximum kick height. It's not really my kick height. Nice work on the recomp. Are you doing a mostly protein carnivore diet for the cut? See, I like when people show they can talk shop too. Basically, I've kept my protein higher. I've actually like probably added 25, 30 grams. And then I'm reducing a lot of carbs, right? So not even a lot, but what that normally means is like instead of rice with my protein and veggies, I'll just take the rice out, something like that. Very little things because I already get lean very quick. I need to try and hold on to muscle too. So, I'm that asshole that has looked basically like this my whole life with some variations. So I'm just trying a little bit because again, everyone's really responding to all of the, all of these things. So I feel incentivized. You know what I mean? So I actually have a video coming out. Well, I just edited, I'm distracting myself. I just edited, there we go, screenshot. I just edited a video I'm gonna release tomorrow. It's about a technical sort of opinion piece. Then I have myself doing some shirtless kata where I do a lot of so look out for that for sure. Tape company guy? The guy that slaps it on stuff? How tall are you? 5'8". Sweet tries. Thank you. Curls for the girls. My biceps are okay. I have a short head. So, I have the tendon gap here. Luckily, though, my brachialis really takes over and it inserts really high up here. So it kind of like covers when I do one of these, What are these? Okay. Anyway. You look like a Sphinx cat. I love that. I love Sphinx cats. I could never keep up the moisturizing routine that you got to do for those guys, and I think they have a lot of vet needs. But I definitely relate to them a lot. I saw one of your older videos where you made a tribute to your old childhood martial arts instructor who was a Power Ranger. That was pretty cool. Yes, MP. I'm glad you saw that. I said you look like a werewolf last time. I've gotten that a lot, actually. Yeah, thanks for watching, MP. It started off everything. I went from you already know because you saw the video, right? But it's like I went from being this very nerdy, very shy kid. I was confident in public speaking, but I got bullied a lot. That Power Ranger and him specifically believing in me, right? I skipped yellow belt because I was so over prepared, and he gave me extra attention because I was so fucking gung ho, and I was just oh, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. Kimono is way big, buddy, and I just went down a size for this one. So, but I think the 3 is going to be too, I like the Okinawan cut that's higher up here and higher here. But then it gets short in weird areas. Shonen. Oh. Well, we finally have a board. Again, I think this is backwards for you guys. So we have one of a number of people that I look like. Nick Cage. Brock Lesnar was a new one today. We got an Andrew Tate, very late. Murr, obviously. Mewtwo, I really liked that one. Johnny Sins, of course. But you know Shonen. He was there in the beginning. Help me, guys. I'm running out of bald actors. It is backwards. I hate that. I don't know why it does that. I hate that. Which means that whenever I say, like, right, well, actually, no, that actually works out because normally it's reversed. Normally I have to go my left, your right, but. Ugh. You got to start from the hips. You can't add the hips later. Any cool stories about your Power Ranger martial arts instructor? Oh, yes, sorry, I missed that. We didn't get to hang out outside of the dojo because I was 10 and 11 years old. What I remember is that he didn't talk about the Power Rangers like at all. He was super focused on the karate, like Tosekuna Do, I think is what he called it. I can't remember what that means. But he was super focused on the martial arts part. He did marketing stuff, but it was like in dojo stuff. Again, it wasn't Power Ranger stuff. So it's like there were competitions for little karate bucks that you could spend at the store for little ninja figurines, or like a set of foam nunchucks if you got into the weapons class. I'm very confused by your comment, Mr. Rich. Not sure what you mean. I mean, the kicking me across the room on the day one is the highlight story, of course. We did. I told this story earlier, but or in the video, so the other people that have not watched my long form videos won't know. But we did like a red light, green light thing, and he was like, "When I say green light, that means go." And he's like holding the karate bucks, right? And we're standing there like, And he's like, "I said, when I say green light, that means go." And everyone's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "This is a trick." So he did it again. He's like, "Once I say green light," and I just walked up, took them, stuffed them in my, because that's the best. You have a little pocket here, right? Everyone looked at me like I cheated, and it was like, I said green light like 3 times. So it wasn't just that it was like, because I've worked at dojos that cater to like younger kids and stuff. It's not that in depth. You don't. There's not that level of challenging their minds and like teaching them to like challenge the things they see in the world and like think about things differently. That was huge, and that's how I was like wired as a kid. I always thought if a question was too easy, it was a trick question. So I'd always be suspicious if someone's like, "What's 2 plus 2?" I'm like, What's in the fine print that you didn't tell me? I can't sleep with girls. I might get an armbar on them. Well, Mr. Rich, you're so highly attuned, right? Your technique is just ingrained. Andrew Tate looking ass. Okay, that's number 2. Finally, we get a repeat. Okay, that is the least original suggestion, but we love to see it. I mean, I don't love to see it at all, but it's funny, so So whatever. You look like the 6'7" guy. I'm old enough where I don't know what that means. You look like Andrew Tate. Mr. Rich, you're trying to pump numbers. Okay? And while I appreciate your cheater's mindset, right? Win at all costs. I gotta give people a fair chance. I gotta give Jay Sins a chance. You know what I mean? For my ego. We do this thing. I'm gonna talk about karate for 1 second before we get back to politics and pervs. That hip thing, it's the same. Like, we do this weird walking where we have the toes in. A lot of people talk about it as like it's from Okinawa, so you're on a ship and you you make your feet in this shape so that you can kind of brace against going this way. But I think what it really does is it really gets you in these hip creases, and then I can use that same falling kind of principle from the beginning of the stream for all of the lovely people that have been here the whole time, where I don't even have to like lift. This is a big deal for me, right? With back problems, every time you lift your leg, you have to like shift every time. So the muscles in your back are constantly going back and forth. So eliminating that sort of thing is huge for me in particular. So the more I can like fall onto the little leg, right, instead of pulling myself onto it, right, I fall onto it, and because I bring this dangly bit of weight in and out in front, I can fall again into this kind of place, and then again fall, fall. How about Nosferatu? Ooh, I would be a vampire in 1 fucking second. I would be a vampire, and then we do auditions to see which one of you I turn, right? Because I know some of you are cool. You look like John. You look like nothing. You look like Joe. Andrew Tate Wild. Okay. That's number 3 for Andrew Tate. Got to try to not get marker on my new gi. Put it on the board. I keep farting. Well, Sonny, I'm going to show that. I don't care. I don't know what to tell. Okay, actually, I do know what to tell you. So you're probably used to doing like heavy horse stance, right? Everything's kind of like up in there, right? So you're going to want to do what I was just doing, okay? You're going to want to turn in, right, which is going to open up the backside, right? This is tucked in. This is open, okay? It's going to release that fart, right? And then as you shuffle through your sea walking, right, you can shunt it to each pant leg. All right? That's the technique. Sonny, come on. Okay. Am I cool? Well, Mr. Rich, you seem pretty cool. You were a little heavy with the geopolitics in the beginning, but, you know, if I had to put money on it, I would put money on you're cool. If this were Kalshi or whatever. I've never been to a casino. Did you guys know that? Never been to a casino. Woo-hoo. All right, let's get a shot of the calves. Okay. Oh, cramping. Okay. And see, it's easy up until here, and now it's insanely hard. Oh my God. Gonna get laid tonight? Well, Mr. Rich, that is pretty cool. Congratulations. I'm very happy for you. Try not to do the arm bar unless that is specifically requested, and then, of course, you do whatever. I'm not a cop. Oh, shit! Oh, fuck. Sonny, I went to Claire's to get my lobotomy. You went for the budget lobotomy? My friend. Well, I'd tell you to make better decisions, but I feel like it's kind of too late. If you've already been to Claire's, you already had your piercing appointment, you know? I gotta try not to I get conscious of the microphone and I don't want to slap it away. But I cannot sacrifice technique for that. That is horseshit. I don't know what that emoji means. You'll have to tell me. Oh, is it something offensive? Because I wasn't sure if... Boom, bitch! Oh, out of my back pocket. Okay? It's too easy. Boom. See? See, I don't play the racism. That is a hard pass for me. Thank you, Ghosts and Goblins. I need a translator. Really? Well, you know, Mr. Ramirez, I'm sorry that I have disappointed you so quickly. So loose, yet so firm at the same time. Too much for the chat to fathom. Yeah, you know, I really give chat. I'm a giver, you know what I mean? And some of you appreciate it. And I appreciate you and I remember, okay? It's not racist. I am a minority. That doesn't keep you from being racist. I like how you specifically said I'm a minority, not like I'm of the group that I was mocking, right? You don't get free passes. I can't show that, Mr. Rich. That's funny. The technique. Oh, thank you, Shonen, for bringing us back on track. We get so easily... I get swayed by the pervs, honestly. And that's what I'm trying to find, right? Is like the very least that I can do. I, like everyone, like every other man in their 20s and early 30s, I just went for like max power, brute force. I was like, oh my gosh, why limit myself by pulling back? And that's why I blew out my back so many times. Okay, everyone can clip that. But I'm trying to find like the old man karate, right? I want to skip to the end, the stuff that I can sustain forever. Like, I exercised yesterday. This is like a rest day. I'm not counting this. That's what I want to get to, where it's like I'm just working out little thought experiments. I don't need to do 50,000 reps anymore. I'm a victim. Bro ain't working. Working it out. I do need to work on my... I don't see the reason everyone pulls this back all the way here. They kick out. They overdraw it here, and then they sit down. I don't understand. I only really chamber to like here. I pull it back, and then I set it straight down. I also don't agree with people that do rear roundhouse kicks and then come back, right? That pivot is hard on your knees, which if you don't have a knee injury yet, you fucking will, okay? The pivot's super hard on the knees. Also, it means you have to pull back, right? I have to hold all of this energy back here to bring it back, right? I can't punch my maximum force if I want the fastest retraction. I have to send everything forward, right? So if I pull that back, it's like you're doing all of this extra and then all of this extra just so you can get back to your one side. I think people do that because people have a favorite side, right? People like, I'm an orthodox, I'm a southpaw. I am neither. Okay, I don't believe in being one-sided because then you have to do shit where you bring the leg all the way back. I don't have to. Boom. I'm here. Pom, pom, pom. I can fight this way, right? Rear kick. Fall forward. Pom, pom, pom. I'm just as comfortable. Thank you for this tip. I didn't realize it was bad on the knees. I don't feel as good in southpaw at all. I mean, I definitely like have preferences, right? My left leg is more flexible, so I like to throw my really high kicks with my left leg. I can still do it with my right, you know. It's just not as good. So I have preferences. You know, this is like my strong side. This is my articulating side. But I think it's important that, like, when I stopped thinking about it in terms of right and left, I thought about it in terms of lead and rear. That is what really allowed the full switch. Because then you just memorize the combos in terms of, you know, lead, rear, lead. And then you don't get mixed up by going left, right, left. It's lead, front, back, front. So something to consider maybe if you're not practicing both sides. He won't teach us self-defense in case a small, redacted man tries to steal your hot dog. Worst martial arts injury you sustained? Probably, let's see, I partially tore a ligament in this knuckle. I broke this knuckle blocking a kick, but I blocked it like a little, like at the very edge, right, not up here. Caught me right here. Nothing you can do about that. Let's see, I've also broken this knuckle. You can see the little break. It's hot dogs, and in some places, glizzy refers to a gun, like a Glock, right? It can also mean the other thing, but we are talking only hot dogs in this family-friendly environment. Exactly, exactly. My best weapon, I call it the straight right of doom. Hey, and that's good. And that's why I tell a lot of people to take up boxing, not because I want everyone to be a martial artist, which I do, but because it is so nice knowing that you have a solid right hand. Boom! Right? Even if you don't slip and roll and pull and all that other shit, you know that you can deliver, boom, solid power, straight out, bam! It's huge. The confidence alone, but like most street altercations, it's like a push, right? And then like a scrap where everyone like grabs and starts yanking on hair and stuff. A lot of times, bam! One straight down the pipe will shut them up. I can't show that, Sonny. Come on. But thank you. Estelio. Okay. Let's try a couple real easy Mawashigiri. Okay, the other thing I'm trying to do is like exaggerate the in to like over stretch it to like whip out, right? So it's just something I'm thinking. I'm not trying to like change my technique, but instead of it feeling like this, it feels like whong. Does that make sense? Whong. I use sound effects. Why distracting, Anthazar? Oh, because you would be lasered in, right? Totally focused. Have you tried making other gi jacket sleeves pop with success? The jiu-jitsu jacket can't have any snap in the sleeve. Yeah, and that's where like this sort of style, it's very soft, it's super comfortable. Like I could sleep in this shit. But it doesn't snap. Right. Doesn't snap the same, which is not a huge deal. I do like the snap, right? I was a big fan of the Thanos snap. I was the only person in the theater. It was dead silent, and I started laughing hysterically. And then my mom, who was like next to me, she was like, why are you laughing? And because the bad guys never lose. And finally they did. Spoilers. I don't know what you're asking me, Mr. Rich. Oh, ass better? We need casual clothes with snappy sleeves. That's what I'm talking about. Just starched and ironed from the shoulder down. What martial arts do I know? Do you do justice? I know lots of karate, obviously. Goju-ryu, Shito-ryu, Shotokan, Ishin-ryu. I've trained in Rei-ryu, trained with Kyokushin guys. I've trained Dutch kickboxing, Muay Thai kickboxing. I've done sort of a freestyle, like grappling basics type of, it wasn't really like a style. At that same place, we did no-gi jiu-jitsu. I'm a white belt. You know, it's not really my interest, but I know a few chokes. I know a few submission escapes, mount escapes, things like that. A few sweeps. Sorry, autocorrect, yeah. Do you think your martial arts can beat a Mexican cartel 1v1? One of me versus one cartel? Yeah, I don't know who would win. The group that has historically won for longer than I've been alive, or karate? What if my sworn enemy axe kicks me? I do an unbreakable high X block. While his foot is still up top, I do spinning sweep attack to his other foot. Spin. When he's in the air, I bicycle kick him and send. I'm not going to do the bicycle kick. I was with you up until then. Him flying through the window with a 5-hit combo. In that case, I believe you make sure that you're recording when they show it on the news, and then you put it on all of your social media, okay? Because that is dope. I'm a black belt in Goju-ryu, Ishin-ryu, Shito-ryu, and Shotokan. I hate Shotokan, though, so don't make me do it. Hey, I'm back and still haven't unsubscribed. Brianna, thank you. What can I do to repay you for so graciously not unsubscribing? Us. Nobody's gotten 3 before, not even my sensei. Let's see. How small are you, sensei? 4.7 feet. I am 5'8". The camera is below me and kind of tilted this way so that you can see the floor. I'm going to hide that, Mr. Rich, but duly noted. He knows this position from muscle memory, yes. Handstand. Let's see. I don't know if I can do a handstand anymore. I might use Bob as a spotter, right? Because I can't get you guys here. I'm sure you would spot me. All right, again, the rule of the stream is if I eat shit, you have to call somebody, okay? What if someone pooped in your bed? You don't know who it is. Check the security cameras, because I don't leave things open, okay? Are you a Pokemon fan? I used to play the games, not really anymore. I have the trading card pocket thing. Okay, let's see. Whoop. We're fine. Okay. It actually might be better if I try it without Bob. All right, let's see. Y'all sub. Yeah. I'd call Amber Heard. That's true. That's true. I heard that. All sub. Thank you, Brianna. Brianna, if you bring in a bunch of subs, you realize I'm going to owe you, right? Okay, let's see. Kinda. Oh. Okay, lastly, he tried. He tried. He tried. I wonder if I can do the elbow lever. Okay. You guys got me getting on my knees a lot this video. Still in there. What do you know? What do you know? It's still in there. I accept your apology. You wish you were Adam Sandler, the multi-millionaire who casts himself in movies with the top A-list actresses, who wears sweatpants professionally? Yeah, I do. I don't know what that means. At least Ed Sheeran can describe the shape of me. I don't know enough Ed Sheeran. I would sing it, but I'd get copyrighted. I'd sing to you guys. I would. He looks like a gay Master Splinter without hair. Compliment. Sorry. I own a place underground. Thank you. Ed Sheeran did nothing wrong. I have no idea what he's done. I'm not familiar with any allegations. I want legs so I can take them out from underneath him. I also really like, not that anyone asked, but I'm going to tell you because you're my captive audience. One of the reasons I leave my hand out here is so I can throw like a shovel shot under here. It's not an uppercut, it's not a hook, it's just an upside down jab. Oh, he has hair. You just can't see it all. That's true. Donald Duck is not shaped right. Ed Sheeran stole a bus full of orphan children and set it on fire. Moemashita ne. Totemo warui desu ne. POV. You walk into a bar. The baddest guys in town are hogging the pool table. Their boss is smoking a cigar with a trench coat on with sunglasses inside, like a douche. You're staring at a beautiful woman. Tell me more, Shonen. Donald Duck is shaped perfectly for any pleasure you want. You know, I don't know Brianna that well, but something my spider sense is telling me that I don't think she wants something duck shaped, bro. Something woman in the corner, and she walks over and makes conversation. The level 1 crime. Well, now I know he's level 1, so I'm less worried. The level 1 crime boss stands up and says, "Do we have a problem, smaller man? You're talking to my girl." The henchmen stop playing pool, and why is Ed Sheeran a machine? Surround you with pool sticks. Ed Sheeran went to a senior citizen facility and spanked everyone there until they died. Wow. Very inconsiderate of Ed Sheeran. Okay, well, in my, what'd you call this? I'm the fucking sensei. What do you call this? This is, whatever. You're like this. And I go, oh. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna workshop a couple of these lines, all right? All right? So they have the pool sticks, right? They're surrounding me. I say something like, "I knew that rack was too good to be true." Okay, or, okay, if we're going over the adults version, "You brought a stick to a cockfight." And then one of these, right? Okay, what about, something about 8-ball. It's there. It's there. You guys got to help me. 6, 7. Trigger an unskippable fight scene. I bet Donald Duck is 13 or something. I'm back in it. Why are you purposefully showing your chest? Well, okay, first, because this is how I wear my gis. Second, I don't like stuff on my neck like that. And it helps me breathe a lot in here. I get a lot of ventilation, okay? I'm basically wearing a shirt underneath, so I am covered. This is not very black belt. That's for me. You should do a jumping choke. Y'all sub. Thank you, Brianna. Biggest cheerleader today. Mr. Rich, I don't know what that is. You're doing a stream of consciousness. Some of these things, I think, I might be the wrong person to bring them up to. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, see, you gotta be ready for people to call your bluff. Okay. Wow. Wow. All right. Someone asked for a tornado kick earlier. I don't know if they're still here. I tend to go on tangents. Let's see if I even have it. Up. Like that. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Here, the thing about it is that I got it. Okay? So I don't want you worrying, because if I know one thing about it, it's that I got it. Okay? Up, here. I want to get closer though, so I'm not stuffed. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Up. You guys can't see. I just don't want to knock him into the camera. Okay. Up. You gotta go up that way. Okay. Just a light jump. Yeah. 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 Up. Whoop. Too far away. Up. Don't mind the Well, they're fine. Everyone's fine here. I need to kick my grandma down some stairs because she told me she's not making me cookies. I feel like this attitude is not going to get you any closer to banging Mrs. Claus. Yep, bro's 9. Indian? Ah, so you're just waking up probably. I know I'm just some random, American dude, but I have been to Mumbai. Um, you know, I was there for like 3.5 weeks. It was so awesome. It was crazy. What a different perspective. Can you bring out the aggression? Yeah. The problem is, honestly, my problem is holding back. Like, I always go way overboard. My fighting style is very much like eat shots to just walk someone down and just like bully them. I'm trying to be better, but it's so I can turn up very easy. What if they're 4 level 1 crooks, unarmed, cruising for a bruising? Will orange belt techniques be enough to make it back home tonight? Against 4 men, no. Orange belt is not going to do it. You might need, you know what? I think you're definitely going to need 1 black belt, but just to be safe, I'm gonna send you out with 2, just to be safe. Okay? So, if you need the 3rd, let me know. I'll get another pair of pants. They're level 1. Yeah, well. Who's going to tell Sonny? Where are you? I am in the U.S. Sonny, that's not nice. I'm not going to show that comment. I understand what you're trying to say, but if your ex hooks up with a guy who's definitely not rich, we bring out the aggression in the video. I don't think I'll lose. I just don't like fighting people for that reason. That's good, Mr. Rich. That's good, maturity. Vegeta or Frieza? Vegeta. My hairline is kind of Vegeta coded. Peter Pan's to assert dominance. Yes, honey, exactly. Leave Brittany alone. Yes, Brittany did nothing. What if that person has a sword that shoots lightning? Then what you do is you ask that person to take you on as an apprentice. At least if you're me, that's what you do. Okay? You beg to learn magic. You do whatever it takes. You accumulate dark powers. Slowly take over the world. I mean, hypothetically. Hey, Sonny. The Easter Bunny and Tooth Fairy told me to tell you Mr. and Mrs. Claus are not real. They're AI. They've been AI the whole time. Brittany? It's Brittany, bitch. Down, 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 down. If you're in a street fight and someone twists your dick, what would you do? I would simply twist the rest of my body in an aerial sort of way and get right side up. What do you mean? That's like the first thing you learn, right? You're born and you're like, oh, twist it, and then you twist the rest of your body around. It's like day 1 human stuff. Anthazar, your papa isn't real? Oh, Kyle's my daddy. Yep, we show that one. See, Sonny? Sonny's learning, Anthazar. So what's the update? Rock defeats gun. Sometimes a sling it'll mess someone up. What's your breaking demo for orange belts? I don't really do a ton of breaking. I've done board breaking. I don't really like the idea of doing it in tests beyond like Honestly, I'd do it for like a white belt, yellow belt maybe. But beyond that, the ability to break boards is like, it's a, I mean, it's a trick, right? I mean, it's real in that you're actually breaking boards, but it's not that hard. You just have to really commit to do it. Like most people could break a board if they were just not afraid of the pain that happens when you break a board. Tooth Fairy real, because I watched the movie. Sonny, do you think bald people should be forced to wear wigs? What an interesting question. Should bald people be forced to wear wigs? Right now, I'm aware that 40% of traffic accidents are because of the reflection off of bald people. Okay, but if, that's our right. You know what I mean? I'm a white single man. I have fought, I have not done any fighting for my rights, but I still deserve all of them, right? That's a joke, everyone. I'm also a varsity wrestler. 4 finals last year. I was on track for Washington State and then got hurt. Damn, that sucked. Look, if anyone can relate, it's me. Okay, that fucking sucks. Especially when and then people are like, oh, but you had potential, but this, but that, and it's like, oh fuck, that's not what I think about every second of every day. Thank you, I'm so sorry, Mr. Rich. Tooth Fairy owes me money. Yep, Donald is under 10. When does he wear wigs? Why does he wear wigs? I also do boxing and kickboxing with my dad. Hell yeah. Kickboxing, honestly, contains almost all of the stuff from karate that you could want. You don't get elbows, depending on what the kind of kickboxing you do. You don't get crazy hook kicks, but there are kickboxers that can do it, so that's solid. My dad cannot fight. Anthazar, you can have Brianna for good. Me and her are done. Donald, here's the thing. That's not like your call. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just hand people over. Besides, Anthazar has been very clear about the one he's chasing, okay? Hello, daddy's home, all right? Is there different levels of black belt? Yes, but they mostly don't matter. It's my most popular video about how the degrees of black belts, right? Like, I've beaten people that were, I'm a first degree, and I have a bunch of different black belts, but I've beaten people that were 2nd degree, 5th degree, 10th degree, which is like the grandmaster, like the head dude of a style. Jason Frank, the Power Ranger, was headmaster of his own style. It doesn't matter. Most of the time, what a degree of a black belt means is that you have been a black belt for, let's say you're going for 2nd degree, right? Probably you've been a black belt for at minimum 1 year. You've been teaching, right? Maybe 2 years, right? I like the idea of you do the number of years for the degree. So for a 2nd degree black belt, I think you do 2 years. That's just my thought. But it doesn't really matter because what you learn in that time can differ wildly. Like, I, as a black belt, do a lot more introspective thinking and like homework on fighting and my technique than a lot of other 5th degree, 6th degrees who just do the here. They do that. They don't really think about it. They don't take it any further. So what a degree of black belt tells you is how long someone's been in the system. That's what it guarantees to tell you. And even then, it's like, it depends. Like I said, I would not award a 3rd degree black belt before you're 4 or 5 years into having your 1st degree black belt. That's just me. But basically what it means is you've learned like one of the higher level katas. Some of them are like secret, which is horseshit. Again, I have another video about that. But it means you do some of these things, and then you have like rank over other people in terms of like making decisions at local tournaments and like, if you're the headmaster, you can decide, oh, we don't do gate on barai anymore. We do only, you can make those decisions, but beyond that, a lot of times it's also a thing to like keep people interested, right? Like you've been doing this for 10 years, you got the black belt, but there's not really anything else to get. So they add little stripes. I don't believe in stripes. Again, I have a video on it. Have you ever wrestled with a priest? I don't know if any of my sparring partners have been priests, at least in wrestling. I swear they're strong and tenacious when they wrestle me. Oh. Very dick-oriented today. Yeah, Anthazar, a lot of the pervs beat you to it. I'm sorry. Let's let the people believe in Santa believe. Don't ruin their childhood. I don't believe in love after love, like Cher. Well, you understand a Cher reference, so... Skinny Chuck Norris. Wow, okay. All right. I mean, Chuck wasn't really built. And I'm definitely leaner than Chucky Norris, okay? That's what we're going to call him. All right, he's like 80. I think I could probably kick his ass at this point, finally. Okay? Not Walker, Texas Ranger, which I've seen. Okay, let's put him here. Chucky Norris. 1. Skinny. Wouldn't want people to confuse me with the fat Chuck Norris. Actually, let's keep this here. Let's keep this here. Can we see? Ninja Daddy. I can elbow and knee and all of that too. Good. Good, Mr. Rich. Oh, good. Then you'll approve of my next video. Yo. Got you, Brianna. Are we all unskippable black belt boss fights? The same difficulty? No, they aren't. The difficulty is completely random, which is very frustrating. You want the black belt to mean something, but, you know, you can get them on Amazon, unfortunately. If someone gets you in a headlock, how do you get out? Okay? Number of things you can do. Classic headlock defense is like, they got you like this, right? I can't exactly get Bob to go for it. Okay, so you're in a headlock, right? You might be thinking, I'm fucked. Not true. Okay, if someone has you bent over like this, you are at the level of their center, right? So one thing you can do is get your leg behind theirs and then sit back this way, right? You can toss them backwards, right? If they're much heavier than you, if they're planted, that might not work. You want to turn. Okay, so this is where you get choked. If you can turn yourself sideways, it is very difficult to maintain a headlock at that angle, right? So you just want to keep circling out, essentially, so where you can get some space and get your hands in there. Obviously, you're going to have to fight the hand, right? So you want to get your chin and neck pointed towards the open part of his arm, not the crook where he chokes you, right? So you want to turn this way, get yourself oriented that way. I really like the behind the leg sweep. A lot of people, they're super committed this way, so their butt will like go back very easily. Couple ways. You can also go for the groin. You can't guarantee anything going for the groin, but I would go for the groin, grab and rip. You know, rip and tear. Don't fix his belt. He doesn't deserve that. Or the feet. You know, beyond that, The problem is you don't have a ton of time if you're in a headlock. You know, you kind of have to act immediately. Grab their leg, roll back. Yeah, and I've seen that one too, where it's like you're bent over this way, you grab here, right? I'm gonna keep Emmy ignorant of that comment, just in case. I'm out of the system like Ted Kaczynski. I'm not trying to say I'm the best fighter. Hey, and Mr. Rich, if you said you were, I wouldn't believe you, right? The fact that you're like, well, you know, I know what I'm doing, but like I'm not the best. That means I feel like you're more likely you know what you're talking about. I can defend myself from people who are willing to fight. Exactly. The best fighters don't need to fight. Exactly. Everyone coming in, hey, if you haven't street fought, you must be a little bitch, you know? And it's like, you're advertising that you don't know what you're talking about. You've never trained. You've never actually fought, you know? What would you do in a street fight? I've had my bell rung. I've taken liver shots. I've taken shots to the groin. I would continue fighting just like I did all of the thousands of hours I've practiced. Well, Emmy, grab their arm and throw them in the front. Rich, listen, kid. If you saw me walking towards you with malicious intent, you would shit your pants. Dang. No, I won't. Nuh-uh. Cher looks like an ancient being. She might be. She might be the vampire I'm looking to turn me. I carry a 7-inch Rambo knife in my pocket. Yeah, you and me both, buddy. I can also fight too. Brianna, we like that. Seven-inch knife. No matter how much I practice knife hands, can't cut shit with it. Where's Andrew Tate on there? Oh, right in the middle. Right in the middle. We got 3 for Tate. We got Merv and Diesel, One Punch Man. I'm trying to read this backwards. Mewtwo. I really liked that one. Skinny Chuck Norris. Brock Lesnar. Not true. I wish I had his traps. Brock definitely passed his traps down to his daughter. You guys survive fights. I thrive in battle. There are levels to this game. Brianna, yeah, for sure in the Little League. And if I'm outside, I'm with my friends in my Great Pyrenees. I'm really bad with dog breeds. That's a dog breed, right? And I'm 17. How old are you, Donald? Andrew Tate, here we go. Here's another one. Here's another one. Andrew Tate. Okay, that's 4 for Andrew Tate. We're 2 hours in, very light, to be honest. I'm a little worried. I forgot to say I also powerlift. Hell yeah. You deadlift conventional or sumo? I've done both. Sumo is obviously easier on the back, but I never really liked I liked the feeling of the conventional. It really gets deep into the hamstrings versus the sumo. It's like really high up in the ass, you know? Okay, I'm not drawing on my uniform, am I? Thought we're over this and start new. Why is Shrek green? Why? Because he's gay, I assume. Interesting color theory there. Let's drop this and not your spelling, okay? That is the sound of someone digging a hole, even deeper than before. Emmy, I'm only orange belt in karate, but I'm trying to work on it. How long does it take you to get your black belt? It depends on your school. You know, I would say minimum at least a year. Now, I personally think it should take longer, but I'm an old school guy. You know, I I like to fight. I don't do like the point fighting. You know, I've done it before, but so what I would say for me is maybe different from your dojo, right? How long did it take you to get to orange belt? Now each belt takes longer, right? It might take a few months to get up to orange, and then maybe 6 months to get up to blue or whatever, you know. Um, so I started and stopped. So it took me, like not counting the time in between when I went to different dojos, it took me about 5 years to, but I went for multiple black belts in the same year. So 2 to 3 years would be my average answer. But the thing is, if you're working on it outside of the dojo, that will speed that up, right? There is a time element, like no one gets a black belt in 6 months unless you just pay for it. But you can control to a large degree how fast that happens, right? If you just practice when you go to class and that's it, your growth, you'll grow, but at a like kind of a slow rate. If you work for an extra couple days or something like that outside of the days where you go to the dojo, then I would say not, it doesn't just double, right? It's not linear, it's exponential. The more frequently you expose yourself to the movements, the faster you will learn it, right? It's not about workouts where you like blow up your muscles and then you take a big rest. This is your nervous system, this is your brain. You need to give it a lot of repeated examples, right? So the more frequently you do that, with the less time in between, the faster you will learn a skill. So if I can advise anything, even if you can't do like a lot of, like you can't do 2 hours a day, right? And I wouldn't expect you to. But if you do 15 minutes on 3 or 4 days outside of the dojo, that's going to add up. And you will go way beyond other people. I am the type of person that practices almost, you know, all the days that I can. And I go faster than most people. So it really depends on how badly you want to learn and how well you're able to fix mistakes and then keep them that way, right? A lot of people are given the same correction over and over, like put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up. The more you take note when you're given a correction, and you're like, oh, okay, hands up, hands up, hands up. Drill it until you don't have to think about it anymore. It'll never come up again. You'll be sensei's favorite, okay? It's so frustrating when you tell someone exactly what they need to get what they want, and they just don't do it, but you have to tell them 20 times, right? So those are the things I would say if you want to get your black belt sooner, practice frequently. Christopher, he's gay, but he'll F you up. Oh my goodness. Shonen, I've been put through the ringer more times than Donald Duck has been to the bathroom by himself. Damn! I think I know a thing or two about fights. Shonen's been around the block. Assumptions do what we all know they do. You sort of look like Nicolas Cage. Oh, there's another one. Okay, Nick Cage. That's two. Two for Nick Cage. Not bad. Close lift. I deadlift 420. Nice. Shadow box. All right. All right, we'll do a little shadow boxing. Let me read a couple more comments. I get super behind on these. I'm not green. I'm blue. Pocket sand. My go-to self-defense. I'm sorry, I'm leaving. What? Don't drive people away from this chat. Do you trim and shape your beard yourself? Yeah, I don't do anything fancy. basically what I do, I'll start from fresh, and then I'll like slowly trim the areas that I want to fade up as it grows in, and then I kind of manage as I go, right? So I only have jumps in like 1/8 of an inch. So, and I'm not like a hairstylist person. So what I'll do is I'll let all of it grow in, trim down this, let it grow in, trim down this, grow in, trim down. So I just slowly work up, and then it kind of works itself out. You're not the main character in here. Okay. Pull here, switch, hook, another front kick. What? Oh, ooh. What are you gonna do, huh? You don't know what I'm gonna do. You don't know. I don't believe in belts. Belts just tell people around your class how good you are. It means nothing to anyone else, exactly. Karate? Yes. Can I make an AI video of you? I wish you wouldn't. I would dominate you 1v1. Let's see it, bro. Why don't you take the belt off? Nearly unstoppable. Nearly. No one is invincible. Bro literally has the name of a Disney character, acting like his opinion matters. Damn! Brother, I can smell you from here. 200-pound unit? You think I'm 200 pounds? Thank you. You're not machine. I met a black belt in Taekwondo that couldn't throw a kick. He was physically strong, but I exposed him for his lies in a spar. Yeah, I went to, in college, my buddy started doing Taekwondo, and he took me, and he knew I did karate before. So at first they're like, we only go light. We only go light. I guess the instructor got kicked in the nuts, and he got really upset about it. So he made a rule, only light sparring, and it's like, okay, whatever. So we do kicks, and they have like a pad, like this, thick, right? It's a kick pad. Holds it here. I'm doing roundhouse kicks, and they're like, hey, we're supposed to go light contact. And it's like, dude, you're a 3rd-degree black belt, and you outweigh me by like 100 pounds. What's the deal? Again, boom. Hey, I'm gonna go get my mouth guard if you're gonna kick like that. It's like, dude, fuck yourself. They also had a 12-year-old black belt that, like, also couldn't kick. So there are McDojos. Is karate for all ages? Yes, depending on how you approach it, right? It has stuff for all ages. And that's why you see a lot of older people, they aren't doing, switch kicks, and they aren't doing that, right? Because it's like, it's too much for their body. But what they can do is they can work on kata. It becomes like exercise, right? It builds strength. And, there are days where, like, if you're 80 years old and you need to be able to fight off 2 or 3 robbers, you're fucked. Like, you already made a lot of bad choices. And you're 80. So it kind of doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So, like, martial arts have to serve the purpose that you actually want. Right? Everyone gets bent out of shape. Oh, fighting ability. Yeah. But I'm not fighting anyone right now. I haven't fought anyone for a long time. You gotta have stuff in between. So karate can be for all ages. He's answering each post. Yeah, sorry, I don't know how far behind I am. Combo of cosmic annihilation. Tony says I'm a loser. I don't want to be a fucking loser. Let me know when I'm not a loser. I may not know karate, but I know crazy. Fug, I'm done. I've subbed. Donald Duck. See, we always get him in the end. We always get him in the end. Mr. Rich, you're so fucking funny. I might not know karate. I have a 50 cal in my car. I have a cannon. Mr. Loudmouth. If you're old, you better carry a gun. I don't disagree. You know, I don't carry weapons because I don't like the idea of accidentally giving my attacker a weapon. You know, like if I have a knife and then this dude's enormous or is a wrestler or whatever, you know, gets this from me, now I maybe could have handled him with my bare hands, but now, you know, I'm open and the fight's over. For what? So that I could feel cool or feel, you know, like, I have my blade ready. It's not the Wild West anymore. Yeah, I need to get faster at the chats. I know, everyone, I know. I know. So I fight very much like with my elbows tucked in. This is here to, you know, tickle you or grab this. Bang. Bam. Very quickly roll it over, pop, that way. When I would fight in karate, if you are a karate practitioner, right, Emmy, if you're still here, stick your elbow out and watch people just kick your elbow. They'll just keep doing it. They'll keep going for the back target. I have 3 assault weapons. Yeah, I think Mr. Rich has made it clear that he's ready. Okay, so and to be extra clear, none of us are ready. Okay, let's all just keep a respectable distance, right, from anything Mr. Rich considers valuable. See, I will just fuck with people's arms. If they're gonna sit here like this, I'll get them doing this, and then I'll tap them in the ribs underneath. Just whoop. They pull that up. Or for the cross, or this, or this, right? Or you can't see. Or that. How tall and heavy are you? I am 5'8". Wow, Shonen is exactly right. This morning I weighed 152. Wow, and you didn't really get a shot of the legs or anything else. That's very good. Bob is the winner in my eyes. Your cat has a mini Nerf gun. I don't know of a single cat that would take the effort to use a weapon when they can just right? Here. I like going for the sweeps. I'm sorry. But like, you need to be standing to punch. So if I remove standing, no punch. no punch. All right, let's see if I can get him in the head. Let's see if I can get him in the head. All right. All right. Let's see. Are you guys ready? I don't know if you're ready. You need a Tommy gun? Brianna, you're back. If I get pulled over, I'm cooked. Well, I'm glad the sheriff that usually is in these streams isn't here. Okay, Brianna, we're going to see if I can knee this dude in the face from standing. Spoiler alert, I can. Okay, ready? Boom! Kyokushin. Do you understand? You don't, but it's okay. You don't have to understand. Not yet. Okay, what I was explaining earlier, I don't kick around because everyone's got these pointy-ass elbows that are constantly in the way. So I roundhouse kick up like I'm kicking them in the balls. Right? Boom. Boom. Up. Best case scenario, you get them in the ribs, liver, etc. Worst case scenario, not even worst, but like if they're clamping down, right, with their lats, right, you can get them here. God damn it. God damn it, you guys. Okay. So if they're clamping down here, you can hit them in the shoulder blade and pop the shoulder kind of up and out of socket. My sensei used to do this really annoying thing, my Goju sensei. He would grab your arm when it was like straight and he would like push into the shoulder and it'd be like, ugh, super annoying. Behave, boys. Yeah, Donald. Excellent advice. Okay, Mr. Rich, I'm going to hide that comment just for the AI bots, okay, because I don't want you getting in trouble. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Up like that is better because if you do it hard enough, their arm will be paralyzed for a bit. Yeah, I've actually taken a kick to the nerve on the back of this elbow here, and I was like, I couldn't use it. It was like dead for minutes. Please read. Whoop, whoop. Can you try my shadowboxing routine? Sure. It goes roll, right jab, left hook, right uppercut, then repeat. Am I doing it right? Do you roll into the right hand? Roll, jab, hook, uppercut. Oops. Oops. Okay, okay. Okay. Roll, roll, jab, hook, upper. Jab, hook, upper. Okay. Roll, jab, hook. Roll, roll. Okay. Other side. Roll, jab, hook, upper. And what I'm doing, you will do as you will, right? On the upper, I really turn into it. And so I might even like pop up a little bit. I will for the lead hooks, I will turn. I like to put a little more spin on the lead side. That's just my preference, right? But roll, jab, hook, upper, roll, jab, hook, upper, roll, jab. Jab, hook, upper, roll. Switch. Yes, you did it. I've tried flying knees so much because it looked cool in the Tony Jaa. Yeah, you and me both, brother. I think there was a whole generation of Ong Bak enthusiasts. Spoiler, it doesn't work in real life unless you get them coming in and time it almost perfect. Exactly. I want to say it was like Mighty Mouse or something. It's famous. Some guy comes in for a takedown and he like switch knees backwards like kind of like that. All timing. If you try and do it, and this is the bitch with knees, is that if you aren't holding this person down or grabbing them, you lose a ton of power. Knees are still devastating, right? Knee to the ribs. I've taken them and like by like very small women have kneed me in the gut and I've lost my breath, right? And I'm like prepared. So it works. But if you don't have the extra leverage to like really drive it in, it's hard. And then when you're flying, it's like, you know, once you leave the ground, you can't really do much until you hit the ground again. Is that a good combo? Which is yeah, it's a good combo. The roll to jab is interesting, and not wrong, right? But the roll is traditionally escaping a hook, right? So theoretically, if I'm rolling under, that's this side of the hook. Jab, hook. Here's, okay, let's work this out on Bob. I like this. Okay, Bob is coming at me with this hook. Roll. Now here, I'm very square this way, right? So what I can do is I can use that turn into the jab, hook, upper, right, as you work your way around. Because this hook is going to be at short range, right? My straight arm is longer than his bent arm. If I'm rolling under here, I feel like I still got to turn a little bit, right? So that is how I would shift this if you wanted to. It's yours, it's your baby, you do whatever you want, okay? Roll. Even if you got a body jab in here, up, oops, up, over the top, roll like an alley jab here, here, oh, you can't see my feet. Roll here. Sets up for the long hook, which now I'm loaded up for this. What this combo does really well is it loads up your hips really nicely, right? That roll gets you really cocked and loaded for that jab. That's awesome. A lot of people throw the jab away, but when you use it with some oomph, well, when you throw it like an uppercut, it can be pretty devastating. Which is your favorite? I don't have a favorite combo necessarily. There's a drill that we did in Dutch kickboxing that I really liked. I'll do it for you now. Okay, so usually this is with like a pad holder or something. In Dutch kickboxing, a lot of times you just have gloves and you just hit the other person's gloves. It's called the hook slip drill. Okay, so it's lead, hook, slip, hook, cross, hook, roll to that lead side, hook, cross, slip, slip to the back, come back, cross, hook, cross, roll underneath. Now you're cocked, cross, hook, cross. And then you roll back with a lead, upper, cross, hook, slip, hook, cross, hook, roll, hook, cross, slip, cross, hook, cross, roll, cross, hook, cross, roll back. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Hook, slip drill. Okay, one more time. It's hook, slip, hook, cross, hook, roll, hook, cross, slip, cross, hook, cross, roll, cross, hook, cross. It's fun, and when you get it down, hook, slip, hook, cross, hook, you just feel really slick. Can you cause nerve damage if you punch someone in the butt? Theoretically, yes. That's the $100 question. I still remember when I was 12, some kid went up to me and pulled my head down, both arms, and kneed me in the center of his chest. Oh, knee him in the center of the chest. That is devastating. That's like you can crack the sternum easy. I mean, boom. That's all of your pulling muscles, your back, and then all of your athletic driving muscles. Boom. Terrible. Who has better knees, you or Megan the Stallion? I don't know. I mean, mine have given me the ability to do a lot of things. I used to be able to do these, like, in modern dance, it's called a hinge, right? It's like the Matrix move. My back can't take it anymore, and now my knees can't handle it. But you basically send your knees super far forward and you bend back. I don't know if Meg can do that. He couldn't breathe for a while and turned purple. Yeah, at least. Inside slip uppercut. Oh yeah. And it just feels nasty. You're coiled up so nice. And then you can unravel, right? But instead of like unraveling back here, you do it all underneath. It feels like you're in Hajime no Ippo. You know, he like does that crazy, super torqued. You guys know what I'm talking about. Do you like your peanut butter creamy or crunchy? Creamy. Martial artist. That's funny. Karate. Hai. Totemo karate. Okay, you want to see a little question mark. I like to do the reverse question mark, where you set up the roundhouse and then you overshow it and you whip it back through the middle and you do a front kick. So you set them up, boom, boom, whoop, and they go out to block it this way and you sneak up the middle. How old are you now, Mr. Rich? No, he pulled me, I need him. Nice. Fuck around, find out. That's what they say. Could really go for some cheesy twists. Oh, I'm 17. Why? You guys could be on opposite sides of the world. You would have no idea. I'm trying to remember the different combos we had. This is from the Dwayne Ludwig's Bang Muay Thai. He calls it Muay Thai. It's Dutch kickboxing. But he has a ton of combos in there that are really nice. Some are like kind of weird. Some of them will have like, I want to say the Dillashaw is like a cross fake takedown to like pitch head kick, something like that. Get some hot Cheetos. Add nacho cheese and jalapeno slices. I can't. I'm way too old to put that much in here at once, you know? I need to practice more. I like the underneath front kicks, trying to get underneath the ribs here. Shonen, the stupidest thing I've done in fighting was jumping into a headlock throw. My brain shut off, but I ended up defending on the ground and getting back to my feet and landed the straight right of doom. Thank God you got that in your back pocket. Jumping into a headlock throw? Like this, or like... I've seen the judo guys where they will jump as their entry, right? They do this like spinny little, they like jump in and then use the like coming down force to initiate the throw. like forward. Okay, try this combo. Roll right, right hook, uppercut, step back, roll left, then death lunge, and a jab. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Roll, roll, hook, upper, step. Do you mean step back or step like roll underneath and step back this way? Death lunge. Bam. Like a fencer. Roll, hook, upper, step back. My worry is that in a deep lunge, you're not going to have a ton of power. I once pantsed someone mid-fight and I won. Third place solutions. He had me in a headlock and tried to throw me, like flip me. I jumped right into it. I don't know what I was thinking. Death lunge is insane. Must be a forbidden technique. The way y'all describing these fights like anime fight scenes. Sonny has asked us to talk to the hand. A lot of you aren't old enough to even know that reference. Roll. I don't know why I want to do like a fencing hand, you know, like ha ha, ha ha, ha. On God. Krillin. Oh. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We'll take it. Krillin, regular human, powers, Destructo Disc, okay? He bags some real baddies, okay? And he's super short, bald. Come on. Cut it in. Krillin, 1. Part of me wants to keep like a running tally. So like, you know, I've been called Andrew Tate 497 times. Is that a good idea? Tell me, Jen. In a varsity wrestler match, I double cross face as hard as I can. Dude, I don't... Wrestlers are animals. And that's a compliment. Like, I don't have the three-dimensional strength in all these weird twisted angles. You could just turn my spine into string cheese. I have to return some videotapes. I don't think it's called a death lunge, but you put left foot forward and left back. Push off of only your right foot while keeping your left foot forward. Did you see the Arman Sarukian brawl on Saturday night? No. You put your right foot forward and left back. Push off only your right foot while keeping your right foot forward. So push off, oops. Push off like that. I just want to make sure I understand you right. I'm a professionally trained dancer. Words are not my my first language. I throw a 200-pound person at 140 pounds behind my back. Yikes. No, hold on. Okay. Let me scroll back up for that. Let's see. Here. You're jumping forward on your right foot. Oh, like roll back, Like that? Is that what you mean? BRB, Mr. Rich, thank you. You jump in and exit fast? This floor is like, if I go too fast, I like slip. Like that. A retreating jab. Jumping like, like jump. I am jumping forward or I need to be jumping forward. Like, I'm sorry I'm not understanding. I've been in your position where I'm trying to describe something to a martial artist and I'm like, need to be jumping. Okay, so roll here, roll, jumping. Like Taekwondo bouncing. Like that, like diving for it. Is that what we're talking about? I'm sorry. Let me search up what it's called. I'm very curious. Mikhail, what do I look like besides a clown? We have a chart. You seem uniquely qualified. Okay, these are the examples of what I look like from other viewers. I would love to hear a unique take. Non-diving, like a jab, you keep your feet under you though. You go in, land it, and you exit. So, roll here, roll. Like that. Am I being too karate about it? This is frustrating for me because like I've done this and I've gone to other martial arts and been like, do this, and they don't do it, and I'm like, well, you don't know shit. You know. So it's the right. Roll, hook, here. I wish I could understand. Yeah, queen. Oh, hello. How you doing? You caught me towards the more end of the stream. I'll put on a little show. Let's. You know what? Once you learn the death lunge, you'll be unstoppable. Yeah, Brianna, you gotta teach me this death lunge, okay? I can't be walking around with a black belt and embarrassing myself. I can't even do the. I want to know. Can you show me? What do you teach? Karate, ninjutsu, taekwondo, kung fu? I teach karate. I can teach kickboxing and, some other stuff like that. Dance. I've taught a lot of dance. Latin ballroom, modern contemporary ballet. I was the prince in the Nutcracker. Cube code. Oh, welcome to stream. We like to have fun here. Okay? Now it gets a little intense sometimes, but it will be entertaining. I'll tell you that much. I took jiu-jitsu and Hungar Kung Fu in the Marines. They had that in the Marines? That is dope. Hungar, I'm not super familiar. That's not praying mantis, is it? I've been fascinated with like the hooking of some of these, like, I mean, we karate has some stuff we've stolen from Crane style. There's like this kata we have. That's a lot of like these things, but you know, it's stolen for sure. And the way we do it is not. It's not even like a hook necessarily. It's like a strike with the wrist. Tsuruken, crane strike. I've tried it. It mostly just hurts my wrist. You know, I could see it as like an alternative to a back fist, just because you can hit with the forearm. Back fist, again, I've wanted to make it work. It hurts me a lot to back fist someone in the temple. It looks dope. It's like a gotcha, but you know. Hungar or Hunga is a southern Chinese kung fu style famous for its powerful low stances. Oh, so they're like, they've got the like, these ones. We have like one of those in Chatanyarakusanku, a kata that we've stolen again from another. Direct close quarter strikes. Praying mantis is more advanced, no offense, more advanced karate than what you're probably used to. Yeah, I totally. Karate is technically Japanese, even though it was originally from China. Yes, Joseph, you're totally right. It was called the Chinese hand. The emperor was coming to town, and they were like, well, if we tell him this shit's from China, he's going to freak out. And we need something that's more Japanese. So instead of the circular, you know, movements, they made it more linear, tightened some stuff up in some places, you know, said, okay, that's ours. It's all stolen. It's all the same thing. Kickboxing, karate, it's all variations of the same thing. Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna do this, Shonen, okay. Tiger style. Rear. They also taught me a bit of judo in the Marines, including how to break a judo. What? I was thinking about going in the Marines when I was a younger man. I didn't. I don't do well with authority. But I didn't realize that you could learn so much. I know there's like a hand-to-hand combatives they do in the Marines, but like, you know, it's basic training stuff, I thought, at least. You know, takedowns, ground and pound, you know, a couple basics, but, you know, mostly it's getting to your gun. Brianna left to do better research on the death lunge. I feel bad because, like, again, I've been that person where it's like, I'm explaining it exactly, and you're not doing it. And it's, this belt means nothing. Okay, a few more minutes and then Sensei's got to get dinner. I want this technique to be powerful, but it's not. It's like, Bob, come here. All right, I'm going to try the flip up technique. This strike is supposed to be this. I can't even cheat and do it strong. Versus, should have been able to hear the difference. Yes, get your protein, get your gains. I've trained in specialized teaching teens using martial weapons such as kamas. Yeah, I had the kamas are in the other room. I don't practice kama personally. it's brutal as hell, right? Like the one kata that we have, or that I am aware of, you do this move at the very end. You're in Shigodachi. You've hooked someone, bam, turn it, pull it, right? And if these are blades, pretty dope. In the end, if you don't have any weapons, hand-to-hand combat keeps you alive. Hey, I mean, I'm a believer, like, I believe in building from the ground up. So, like, I personally believe I should be the best at hand-to-hand, and then at range, and then with, you know, drones or whatever. We're trying to even our own, make our own body as a weapon. I've only done work with a bow staff. Tonfas look pretty cool. They feel cool. And where, like, a staff looks, hold on, it looks cooler than it is because it's fancy, but it's one thing. So it's like, it's sort of the illusion of two things happening at once. But if you know where one point of the staff is at, you know where the other one is, right? It's like more intimidating than it is necessarily useful. I think having both, right? I can't do the double, well, sort of figure eights. It doesn't really work like that. Brianna's back. I think I know what it is. Can you do the hooking block? Deadly lunge. The ancient technique. Taking a big step but jumping forward with one foot. Like, you're not talking about this? Right? One foot stays and one foot goes, right? I don't really jump up. All I'm doing here is I'm just lifting my leg and putting it down. Both feet go forward. That. Falcon punch. Reverse falcon punch. Falcon punch. I love that shit. Brianna, I gotta be able to sleep, okay? Help me with this, please. Yes, that's kind of, I want it to be for real, okay. So we've got roll, hook, upper, roll back. You prefer size? Don't they all? I like the sai. I don't like them practically. Like, they're cool. Not that I use any of these practically. But, like, blocking, as you probably know, it fucking sucks. Maybe you get this right, which a lot of times you don't. It, like, goes at an angle, right? Let's say you get this right, you've got it perfectly aligned. It's still smashing metal into your forearm. I don't like that. I like how flashy they are, right? You know? Boom, right? Blap! Getting hit on both sides. Boom. Bow, bow, bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm doing hips 1, hips 2, hips 3, hips, oh shit. I always hook my, another thing that drives me crazy about the sai. Try taking a huge step, get some distance in the jump. hard when I'm streaming vertically. Okay, okay. I gotta go this way. All right. Roll, hook, uppercut, roll. That's a very karate thing, is just blitzing them and like steamrolling them, right? Not so that you go here, but so that you go. I saw a YouTube short on it. I'm sorry I failed you. I just wanted to be your sensei. It's hard, you know? Jump. I wanna know. Can't sing anymore because it's copyrighted. Roll. Do the other side just to make myself even. 1, 2, roll, and then you're doing the best. Am I? Is it the best? Am I the best? I can't keep singing. I desperately want to sing to you guys. You got me thinking about Tony Jaa. Knee, elbow. Oh, that's good. Okay, okay, okay. Step, right? Our opponent is planted and providing a stable stance for us. Very kind of him. 1, 2, knee, right? Follow me. Follow me. Knee, elbow up top. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna eat shit doing this. Only way I can picture it is bouncing stance into a leaping jab. You can sing with different words. Is that true? Jump forward while taking a step. Yes, Shonen. Bouncing stance into a leaping jab. Okay. I've never been a strict stance person either. So, what did you search to see the YouTube video? I don't know how to do the Naruto. I think it's like, right? It's like you hold the 2 with, oh yeah, it's something like that. Something like that. Showed up from my For You page. Maybe it was only for you, Brianna. Maybe this is the technique you need to keep in your back pocket for the day when I've taught you everything that I can teach you, and it's finally your time to take over the role of Sith Master, right? The apprentice must covet the power of the master and must take down the master using the things they've learned. That's the rule of 2, you know? And here in the Empire, that's just how we do things. I'm sorry, I'm gonna think about this. It's gonna drive me crazy. Hopefully the algorithm will hear us talking about it and will put it on my For Me page. Can you do that leaping jab with a 1, 2? Like 1, 2, or like 1, 2? A lot of the sport karate that I've done has been very much like, you know, be on your toes, like bouncing them, then leap forward with the back foot. Like that? Are you saying you switch? Or is it legs stay the same? Always looks so cool in Kyokushin when they blitz in fast like that. Well, and they only really start like that, right? They like, boom, and then a lot, at least the ones I've practiced with, a lot of them just sit and stew and just exchange, right? And it's just like, it's like who can take the most. It's like we got to get through the first 5 minutes of beating everyone before you get to like, okay, now we see what we can do. No switching. And front foot kind of up, only push up with your back foot. Okay. That. Throw it like a whip jab. No steps in between. Okay. 1, 2. Kind of up, only push up with your, get a little bit off the ground and go farther. Farther? Have you seen how Michael Venom Page enters for a jab? Generally, but I don't have the visual. You did it, I think. Well, I have to go in 2 minutes. Hey, me too, Brianna. I just want to figure this out. But I'll work on it. Hopefully, you know, you can give me some pointers again. I got to figure this out. Because if I'm a karate fighter and I can't figure out the burst jab technique, I am doomed. Only I know. Exactly. And Antazar won't tell you. Okay? Privileged information. I gotta tuck Bob's shirt back in. Okay, we're almost done, folks, for tonight. I might stream again tomorrow, depending, but I gotta edit videos, and I hate it, but it is the unfortunate part of being a YouTuber. Okay, bye. Burst jab. Okay, cool. Oh, Brianna, thank you. I'll come back with a better burst jab, I promise. Right. Right. Bam, bam, bam. See, that's the thing. I do this every stream. You can't do the fancy. You can't do it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Have a good night. Oh, Shonen. Thank you, my friend. Who? Mike? He does nunchucks too? I've seen some people on like Instagram. There's like Nunchuck Tyler or something like that. I think he's like, Nunchuck Tyler does nunchucks and stuff, and he like, you know, says, I don't know. I've only seen like one video. I need to get better. I'm still working with these are the skills that I learned when I was like 10 years old. You know, as an adult, I only learned like the old school nunchucks, which is it's just smash, that's it. Sometimes he hits himself with them. Yeah. I'm still recovering from hitting my knee from last week. I've clipped myself in the elbows, groin, obviously, nose, obviously. That's how you learn. You learn by bruising yourself and never doing that again, except maybe a few more times. Man, I'm really happy with the I look like board. thing I'm going to have to keep track. Unfortunately, we've lost all of the Andrew Tates and the Murs from the last couple weeks of streams, but, you know, it's nice. It's representation, okay? Because that's what a guy like me needs, more representation. Just a bunch of white bald dudes and a Pokemon. Not the groin. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Does it read? Can you see? I can't believe I'm doing this on. Well, actually I can. Rolls here. Okay. Do you understand? Jason Statham. Okay. I like it. We snuck in another one at the very end. Jason Statham. From Crank 1, Crank 2, and Crank 3. I think there's 3 of them, right? Is that what it's called? Crank? It's something. Where it's like the movie Speed, except it's his body and not a bus. Chalk it up to the board. What are you doing? I'm showing you. I'm showing you the nunchuck technique. For when you do things like this, you're rolling it. You're rolling it. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it. Look, you're in the stream, buddy. So being sexy, exactly. That's what we're doing. That's what we do here, okay? That's the best part of nunchucks. You don't know where it's coming, right? Whoop. Here, out this way, upside down, right? You can do a little spinny bob. We're really upside down here. Okay? Okay? Fallen one. I didn't smacking myself so hard in the face. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're just seeing me after the smacks in the face. And the groin and the elbows. Honestly, the elbows and the knees are the worst. Because, like, at least this is soft, you know, like the soft tissues recover. This, like, will clip. See, and I'm doing it to myself to, like, demonstrate, because I'm an idiot. It'll clip these edges, and it just hits that bone, and that's like, I mean, my kneecap has been bruised for a week. Me too. You and me both, Anthazar. Well, party people, it's about that time. I gotta get food, because everyone keeps complaining that I'm so light, and they could throw me around and beat me up, you know? Eek. Exactly. Exactly, eek. I appreciate everyone that stopped by the stream. Okay? We got the long timers, Anthazar, Shonen. All right? I see you guys. I appreciate it. We're on the way. What are you going to eat? I don't know. I think what I'm probably going to do is a salmon burger. I have some salmon patties ready in the freezer. Throw that in the oven. Make the little salmon burger. Probably do some like veggies and hummus on the side. I just subbed. Oh, fallen one. Thank you. I want sushi. Oh man, I do want sushi. I used to go to this place, but they've been closed like every other day, and it's pissing me off. So I got to find a new one. But I'm huge on sushi. I have like ceramic. God, I'm gassy because I haven't eaten. I have ceramic little chopstick rests. I've got, my own like various sauces, rice vinegar that I put into my little, my au jus, if you will. Sounds delicious. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Delicious, healthy, trying to be healthy. I mean, I don't have to try super hard, but I'll do like 1 or 2 days out of the week where I just like kind of eat whatever I want, and then I'm like a little good on the rest of the days, and that works for me. Any favorite sushi? Man, I'm really big on salmon, um, plain, you know. I really like anything with avocado in it, so I don't go for the cream cheese rolls. That's to me, it's just like too much. Um, but I've done dragon rolls before. I've done like spider rolls. Um, yeah, I really like rainbow rolls. I just like a lot of like really meaty fish. Like super simple. I like when they put some cucumber and stuff in there, but I'm there for like the fish and the rice and the soy. Body looks. Thank you. Thank you, Antazar. Trying. If I could do anything, I'd just put on a bunch more muscle, but it's so hard. It's not hard. It's easy. It's just I have to eat so much more, and it's a pain. I don't like eating. So, I agree about the cream cheese. Go to a shrimp tempura roll. Yeah, that crunch, very nice. Especially you get it sopped up. I don't know if you do wasabi. I'm a huge fan of wasabi, and I don't really do spice, right? I'm white as hell. I'm very sensitive, to the spices, but wasabi, which I think is horseradish, right? What's your favorite ramen? My favorite ramen is spicy miso. And I'll usually get extra pork chashu. I'll get an extra egg. Super high on the protein. I go like pretty high on the fat. So, like some places you can say like, oh, I want this much fat in the broth, I go pretty high because whatever, I can, I need it. But it's just so fucking good. I'll also get gyoza on top of that, and I'll dip it into the spicy miso broth. Oh, my God. Unbelievable. God, I want that so bad now. Oh, it's late. Tonight's not the night for ramen. But, maybe one day. Sushi, ramen, I love it. I could definitely get by on Japanese food for a while. Although I'm not into the more extreme stuff. I've tried squid, some things like that. I don't know, it's a bit much. But in general, I could have sushi almost every day. Ramen most days too. Are you in States? I am. Yes, I am. US of A. Oh. Oh, man. What time is it? I'm in the Pacific. I'm on the West Coast, so it's 9:40. Oh, Swing Chun Philosopher. I was just about to sign off, but it's good to see you. How's your day been? I have your latest video in my watch later list, the trapping techniques, I think. I haven't gotten to it. I've been super busy, but I'm looking out for it. What is the red hand? What is that? Kakyuke? Trapping, yes. Wing Chun. Our philosopher friend is a practitioner of Wing Chun, so I'm gonna butcher it, right? But it's like climbing over, right? Trapping, like getting hands on different things, and like hand fighting essentially, right? Grappling here at the level of the hand, arms, elbows. Oh, Santazar, thank you. Trust me, I've got the Instagram. I haven't taken pictures. Maybe I'll do that before I sign off tonight. But the thirst trap stuff is coming too. Don't worry about it. Goju Shotokan and Kyokushin. Hell yeah. I'm not certified in Kyokushin, but I can help with the other two, particularly Goju. That's my core art. That's my first black belt is Goju Ryu. Super cool. I mean, Goju's my favorite. I'm biased, but Shotokan is going to have you doing stuff like this, you know, and it's like everything has to be perfect. This is actually more like Shitoryu, but Goju is like, you know, bent, gnarly, you know. Thirst trap. Yeah, fallen one. I do a lot of like showing my abs, you know. I want to prove that I can walk the walk. So, and I cater to everybody, you know. The martial artists, the people who just want, you know, a show. Not everyone's here for, you know, snappy front kicks or kata help. But that's fine, you know. It's okay. But Fran, I would highly recommend, if you have Kyokushin in your area and you're okay with taking a beating, right, and like hitting a little hard, highly recommend. It's very hard to find Kyokushin places. Oops. You know, otherwise, I would say go for the Goju and then find some people that you can spar with in a Kyokushin style, right? If you just agree with a couple of other, you know, black belts or whatever, you know, you can. I've been asked by students like, hey, I don't want to point spar. I want to like fight. Can we do that? It's like, yeah, let's do it after class, you know? So learn the Goju principles because all of that stuff is going to come into play in this close quarters fighting. Anyway, okay, we got one more minute and then I got to go. I love talking shop. I got to eat at some point. All right, let's do a little horse stance. This is way lower than I would normally ever go. This is like Shotokan level. This feels like I'm about to take a dump, right? It's like bottoming out too much. I like to be up here because here I'm engaged. I can still like move, right? Here I have to kind of like get up, right? It looks neat when you take the picture, but in between it doesn't. So I'm a little biased against Shotokan, you know. I think it carries through. Anyway, that's it for tonight, folks. Os. Domo arigatou. I appreciate you spending the evening with me, talking shop, talking shit, okay? Telling me who I look like. We've got 3 for Andrew Tate, 2 Nick Cage, and the rest are one-offs. Okay, I love these. I'm gonna keep track, and we'll see. Let's see if what I hit first: 1,000 subs or 1,000 Andrew Tate references. We'll see. Os. Konbanwa. Good evening, everyone. Good night. I love you. Okay, come back. Learn from me. Teach me things. Okay. Os. Sayonara. Until tomorrow or Thursday, I think.